Okay, I want to tell you about one of my favorite war novels of all time, All Quiet on the Western Front. This is a great book that really shows what life was like for the ordinary soldier in the trenches of World War I. The book was written by Erich Remarque. He was a German soldier who actually fought in the trenches, so his novel comes from personal experience. He wrote this amazing book, and it did extremely well in the 1920s when he published it. I recently read it, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I found it to be fascinating. It really connected me to the events of 1914 through 1918, the story of World War I. In this book, our main character enlists in the war with his buddies, and they were all caught up in the excitement and fervor of the August madness of 1914, when the crowd swelled the capital cities of Europe, anxious to go to war. Well, he signed up believing that war was still something about heroes and chivalry and cavalry charges and adventure. What he finds out instead is that war is about filth, disease, rats, trench foot, misery, death, blood, and horror. Our main character experiences all of these things and more, and the story is told in a very gripping and straightforward manner, in such a way that you can't quite believe someone could have experienced these things and lived to tell them. All Quiet on the Western Front refers to a propaganda phrase when the Germans were struggling in the war and they didn't really want the public to be aware of how desperate the situation was. They would send reports back to the home front saying, "All quiet on the Western Front." Or in other words, nothing too much was going on. Meanwhile, the Western Front wasn't quiet at all. And this story really exposes that truth in such a way that it becomes haunting. This was a great book. If you haven't read it, please do. It's a classic.